Chapter 30. How they kept the watch. The day had now an end, and the night drew nigh. Care beset the wayworn travellers as to when they should go to bed and rest them. This Hagen bespake with Etzel, and it was told them soon. Gunther spake to the host, God be with you. Ye would fain go to our sleep. Pray give us leave. We will come early on the morrow, whensoever ye bid. Etzel parted them full merrily from his guests, and men pressed the strangers on every side. At which brave Folker spake to the Huns, How dare ye crowd before the warriors' feet? And ye will not leave this, ye will fare full ill. I'll smite some man so heavy a fiddle blow, that if he have a faithful friend, he may well bewail it. Why give ye not way before us knights? Methinks 'twere well, all pass for knights, but be not of equal mettle. As the fiddler spake thus in wrath, Hagen the brave looked behind him. He spake, The bold gleeman doth advise you right, ye men of Kriemhild. Ye should hie you to your lodgings. I ween none of you will do what ye are minded, but would ye begin aught, come early on the morrow, and let us wanderers have peace tonight. Certes I win that it hath never happened with such good will on the part of heroes. Then the guests were brought into spacious hall, which they found purveyed on every side with costly beds, long and broad for the warriors. Lady Kriemhild planned the very greatest wrongs against them. One saw there many a cunning wrought quilt from Arras, of shining silken cloth, and many a coverlet of Arabian silk, the best that might be had. Upon this ran a border that shone in princely wise, and many a bed covers of ermine and of black sable were seen, beneath which they should have their ease at night. Until the dawn of day, never hath king lain so lordly with his mind. Alas for these night quarters, spoke Grisler the youth, and alas for my friends who be come with us. Whoever kindly my sister greeted, yes, yet I do fear me that through her fault we must soon lie dead. Now give over your care, quoth Hagen the knight, I'll stand watch myself tonight. I trow to guard us well until the day doth come. Therefore have no fear. After that, let him who survive who may. All bowed low, and said him gramercy, and went there to their beds. A short while after the stately men had laid them down, bold Hagen the hero began to arm him. Then the fiddler, knight Folker, spake, If it scorn you not, Hagen, I would fain hold the watch with you tonight, until the early morn. The hero then thanked Folker in loving wise. Now God of heaven requite you, dear Folker. In all my cares I would crave none other than you alone. Whenever I had need, I shall repay you well, and death hinder me not. Both of them then donned their shining armor, and either took his shield in hand. They walked out of the house and stood before the door. Thus they cared for the guests in faithful wise. The doughty Folker leaned his good shield against the side of hall, then turned him back and fetched his fiddle, and served his friends as well befet the hero. Beneath the door of the house he sat him down upon a stone. Bold fiddler was there never. Then the tones of the songs rang forth so sweetly, the proud wanderers gave Folker thanks. At first the strings twanged so that their whole house resounded. His strength and his skill were both passing great. Then sweeter and softer he began to play, and thus many a careworn man he lulled to sleep. When he marked that all had fallen asleep, the knight took again his shield and left the room, and took his stand before the tower, and there he guarded the wanderers against Kriemhild's men. 'Twas about the middle of the night, I know not but what would happen a little earlier, that bold Folker spied the glint of a helmet afar in darkness. Kriemhild's men would fain have harmed the guests. When the fiddler spake, Sir Hagen, my friend, it behoove us to bear those cares together. Before the house I see armed men stand, and ere I not, I ween they would encounter us. Be silent, quoth Hagen. Let them draw near before they beware of us. Then will helmets be dislodged by the swords in the hands of us twain. They will be sent back to Kriemhild in evil plight. One of the Hunnish warriors, full soon that happed, marked that the door was guarded. How quickly then he spake, That which we have in mind may not now come to pass. I see the fiddler stand on guard. On his head he weareth a glittering helm, shine and hard, strong and whole. His armor rings flash out like fire. By him standeth Hagen, in sooth the guest be guarded well. Straightway then they turned again, and when Folker saw this wrathfully, he spake to his comrade at arms. Now let me go from the house to the warriors. I would fain put some questions to Lady Grimhild's men. For my sake, no, quoth Hagen. If ye leave the house, the doughty knights are likely to bring you in such stress with their swords, that I must aid you, even should it be the death of all my kin. As soon as we be come into the fray, twain of them, four, or would be in short time run into the house, and would bring such scathe upon the sleepers, that we might never cease to mourn. Folker then answered, Let us bring it to pass that they note that I have seen them, so that Grimhild's men may not deny that they would fain have acted faithlessly. Straightway Folker then called out to them, How go ye thus armed, ye doughty knights? Would ye ride to rob, ye men of Grimhild? Then must ye have the help of me and mine, and comrade at arms. To this none of them made reply. Angry grew his mood. Fie, ye evil cowards, spake the good knight. Would ye have murdered us asleep? That hath been done full seldom to such good hero. Then the queen was told that her messengers had compassed naught. Rightly it did vex her, and with wrathful mood she made more plans. Through this brave heroes, and good must needs thereafter perish.